Okay, this is Joshua Taylor coming to you from here in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island on the eastern side of Canada, just off of Nova Scotia and just up from Maine. The third part, introduction to the relocation platform technology. I like to talk about everyone's favorite topic, and that is money. It's going to take finances to build the modified condensed lightweight hexagonal model. And if you go to the second page, not the about page, home page, and the about page of the Project Ocean site toward the bottom, I'm actually working out the specs on this. You'll see a bunch of specification charts. I have about maybe 12 charts made so far. It kind of lays out the specifics, how many platforms, how much material does it take to make one platform, how many platforms does it take or HPs to make one RP, and how many platforms in a camp. Actually, each camp is composed of 6,000 square feet of, you got 13 buildings, you got four 32-foot diameters, and you got nine 24-foot diameters. That works out to about 6,000 square feet of living space, and that goes together to make up 145 hexagonal panels of the H148 heights that can actually go on 30 feet of truck bed. That's not bad. 6,000 feet of living space, or just over, or just under 36 feet on a transport truck. And that still allows you enough room for your tent material and for your 2x600 support. Each uh, H7 relocation platform takes 30 pieces of 2x6 under support, and each H13 takes about 42, and I still haven't worked out the outer edges yet. There's still a few months here to work out. Anyway, I want to talk about money. Each modified version of the H1 48 square foot panel, we use the center sheet. We use two sheets of 3/4 fir for the center, and two sheets of 5/8 OSB for the top, and two sheets of OSB for the bottom. You're looking at 6 sheets altogether. I think the price for here on the East Coast is around $150. You multiply that by 9, and you get upwards. It's going to cost about $3,000 to make the next platform, and that's making the lake. So I figure I can do it for under $5,000 for material and for labor. And volunteering the labor, of course, and have to work with a fabricator and welder to design the lake system. The lake system will be a 2-inch Schedule 80 pipe with a turnbuckle system. So I would have to find out where you could actually get 2 by probably 2.5-inch hexagonal nuts with the 1-inch threaded V-rod, and all that would have to be worked in. You do it mass production, you'll go to using a water cutting machine to cut out all the parts for the legs. If the legs would be all screwed tight or folded down, the legs would be about roughly about 32 inches. And the turnbuckle system would give you about maybe 8 to 10 inches of adjustment. So it allows you to set up on land that's maybe up and down, a foot either way, up and down. And the weight of each HP would be about 325 pounds. Just knowing what the board weight is for your OSB and for your plywood. So those of you out there that have money, you're rich, you're super rich, I'm looking to you. There's a time is coming where You will not be able to keep your money in the bank, or you might even find that the doors to your bank are going to close. When they open up, you will have nothing. We're coming to another 1929 collapse. And those who have money, those believers out there that call themselves believers, you best use your money to support the kingdom of God. Because God's going to raise up an army, a new generation of young people, and they're going to need a place to live. They're going to need places out in the wilderness. These wilderness places will be training camps to raise up and train up the army of the Lord. David Terrell, God's prophet to the world, sat under his ministry for 7 years in Bangs, Texas. And the Lord gave him a vision one time, and he saw the young people, the army of the Lord in America, in the United States, was 20 million young people, all walking in union with the spirit of one mind and one accord. And the Lord raised up 490,000 of the older generation, that they were the fivefold ministry that God used to raise up the new generation of believers. For the most part, that the older generation are not going to make it into the kingdom, as was seen in the time of Moses. Moses handed his mantle off to Joshua, and that's the call the Lord has on my life. He's called me to be a Joshua, not just my name. My real name is Donald. The Lord, He calls me by the name of Joshua, because I will be going out to raise up, to bring the young people that the Lord raises up, and to bring them into the promises of the kingdom. That's my spiritual mandate. But also, on the physical side, the Lord has commissioned me to build the places of refuge in the United States and eventually around the world. It's going to be a short time to do this. The emphasis is first and foremost, it has to be on the Spirit, it has to be on your call to fulfill your election. And I know the Lord's called me to come forth as a manifested Son, and I'm in the place right now where He's bringing forth the revelation of Jesus Christ in my life, where Jesus has to become real in your life. You have to know Him by way of revelation in order to go forth to bring about restoration. That's the key secret. Now, if you go back to the first feast, the feast of Passover, the death angel passed over Goshen, God's people there. The first thing that God required was to get leaven out of the camp, to get leaven out of the house. We need to get sin out of our lives, and that we need to eat the whole lamb, not just part of it. And for years, when I sat under David Terrell's ministry, I was consumed with eating the prophecies and the visions, and I left the meat. I left the mouth of the word. And that's why I'm finding myself in a predicament now. Anyway, getting back to the money, the Lord needs your support, and I'm believing that He has people out there that's going to finance this next operation. And I'd like to begin right after the New Year's. And I'm believing the Lord for a shop here in Prince Edward Island. And I need a couple of people that I can work with. I need someone to do the documentary, to do the filming with. So when the time comes where this lightweight model can be proved out, and I know in my own heart that's going to work, I still need to prove out the logistics. Even the same way that I knew that the H7 27 square foot model would work, I had to build it in order to prove to others that it worked. But anyway, tomorrow, Lord willing, I'd like to get the PayPal button put up on the website. These videos here will be loaded up on the first page. And the first page gives a brief introduction into relocation platform technology. It shows how these camps can go together into different configurations depending on the land area that you have. You can go from 100 people up to 1,200 people per camp, depending. Okay, this is Joshua Taylor coming to you from here in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island.